Hello everyone, hey, guess where I'm at today? I'm in downtown Franklin, Ohio, and right behind me you've got a street running railroad track for Norfolk Southern. Look at this. It's not used very much, maybe a couple times a week or so, a few times a week, something like that. One customer uses this track down at the end of the line. There's a train station right there, an old train station restored. And we're going to have a look at this line today. Let's see what we can do. Let's start the video, son. Street running track. We'll have a look at the rusty rail and then go from there. Look at that, look how rusty it is. Hadn't been used in quite a while. Getting lucky, can't believe it. Got a street running train coming. Talk about luck. Unbelievable. Tracks are really rusty, but they're gonna get shined up. Check this out. Hey, this is a good one. Wow, that is the longest one I've ever seen them run this line. I didn't know they ran them that long. That was a good one. Let's have a look at the rail now. Got it shining. There's the train station. Wow, that was a long one. Usually they only have 3 or 4 cars, if that. Top of the rail, nice and shiny. There you go. Street running train in Franklin, Ohio. Well, I'd wait, there's more. There always is. We're going to chase the train. We're going to get it at a main intersection, and then we're going to come back to the street running track and get it come back through again. So don't go away yet. We got more to come, way more to come. good one. That's the longest one I've ever seen them run over here. The customer's over there where those big blue silos are. That's where the customer's at. This train will go maybe a mile at the most and then reverse. They'll reverse into the customer. Is that cool or what? Well, that was awesome. All right, see what else we can get into. All right, so the customer is located down that way. The track goes past that customer close to a mile, and then they have to reverse in to get to them. Now there's another track right here on my left. This is a banded railroad track here. It's still tied in to the main track. Here's the main line right there. See, and then downtown Franklin is that way. The street running track is straight up that way. All right, so that's the main track. This is the only other spur that comes off on this side of the river, and it's still tied in down that way. Hasn't been used in years, and here it is. It used to go across the road to a customer right over there. There's a couple tracks in those woods. That's how long it's been since it's been used. Let's have a look at this. There's top of the rail. Got extreme rust on that. Look at the kinks in the track too. They wouldn't be able to use that track. All right, so there used to be a railroad crossing right there. There's my truck. The track is just on the other side of my truck. We'll go there and have a look. Let's go across the road. Here we go. Look at this. This land's for sale over here. There's a train going on the main track across the river right now, the Norfolk Southern. So this land over here is for sale. Somebody could buy it and maybe restore that track. I doubt that ever happened. All right, let's have a look at the crossing over here. All right, so this is this side of the road where the track crosses. See, there it is right there in all its glory. Look at that, you can't even tell where it went across the road. There's the track on that side, if you can see it right in the middle. So it comes through here. It's buried over with the asphalt. Look how many years it's been since the train's been through here. The track goes through the woods. I'm gonna try to walk over here and show you. It goes into a couple tracks, if I can see it. Hold on. Oh, a deer just took off. Oh, there's a couple more. Darn, you can't see them because of the trees. Some huge deer were right over here. All right, look at this. There's the switch handle. See that? Everything is still in place. There's the track. The points are good still. And it goes into two tracks right there. Isn't that amazing? Still here. Look at this. When's the last time that that handle was switched? The flag's missing. The metal flag that goes on top of the switch stand, that's gone. No way you can move that. It's all locked up. I've actually got a couple of these right here. See these things? That's for that handle. It's one on both sides. It's 22 degrees out, so my fingers are a little bit nippy at the moment. Here you go. Goes into 2 tracks right here. I'm missing the Norfolk Southern train on the other side of the river right now. There's not that many on the Dayton district. I can hear it. The street running train is still switching the customer. Anyways, it goes into 2 tracks and just keeps on going through the woods. Maybe I can get up here a little farther. Okay, I found the very end of both tracks. Right here. It's all busted up. You wouldn't be able to see this at all in the summertime. So this is the best you're ever going to see it right here, right now. See, the tracks end right here. From this point on, they're all ripped up. See the rail? See a couple rails sticking out of the ground there? And it goes that way. 2 tracks. There you go. There's a switch point right there. I cannot find a date on the side of the rail anywhere. I looked. Huh. Well, it's a little walk back to the truck. I'm gonna go back to the truck. See what else I can get into. Cannot find a date or anything on the side of this rail. Here's where a bike trail comes across the railroad tracks, right where the street running starts, and they just put this up. This is brand new. Look at this. They put some flashers up. See, this is the bike trail right here. Got a little tiny railroad crossing sign there, and the street running track starts right there where that stop sign is. And the river, here's the bike trail. There's the Great Miami River right there with the big railroad bridge that goes over it. And the Spur has another customer on the other side, on the left over there. That's the only other customer on this line. There's 2 customers on this line. The one on the other side of the river, just to the left, and then the one that goes to the very end of the line behind me. All this track here is kept alive with 1 customer. Now the city of Franklin is getting ready to do something here, because I think they just bought all these houses and they're all vacant. They're all boarded up. The last time I filmed the street running train going through here, people were living in that house right there. People still live there. See, now they're all empty. Look at this. 3 in a row right here, all empty, boarded up, and at least 2 on this side. Actually, there's 4 in a row on the right. All 4 of those houses are empty and boarded up. These are empty and boarded up. Then there's a log cabin way up that way. You can just barely see it, log cabin. That's some kind of museum. Now, a couple years ago, I was told by a very unreliable source that they were going to build some kind of a new restaurant right next to this railroad crossing, and that the city was going to tear these houses down to develop this area here. Here's another look at these buildings. See, they're all boarded up. Now, that's a church over there on the other side of the road, and I know some people who go to that church. Look at this. Here's another building here. It's vacant too. This is a nice looking one. Here, have a look. I'm on the sidewalk. Property is condemned. See that? It's not fit for human occupancy and may not be occupied. So something's going to go on here. All right, there's the train station. Better look at it. And here's the street running track on 6th Street. Guess what? The train is, they're coming back light. The locomotive is running back light, and they stopped over here, right there. I think they left for lunch. So I don't know if it's worth sitting around and trying to get them going back up the street or not. But wait, there's more. There always is. I stuck it out. Look at this. Here they come. We're gonna get them coming up the street again. 6th Street in Franklin. Cool, look at this. That light should come on the left. Wow, there it is. Finally. Check this out. I saw a kid go across that bridge on a bicycle last time I was here. He pushed the bike across. That's a huge bridge. That goes over the Great Miami River. We had a lot of snow at my house. We had a couple inches of snow. Here it's just barely even on the ground. I thought there'd be more snow here. That's why I came here, looking at some trains in snow. Now there is a winter weather advisory right now, so maybe they're going to get some snow. There you go. Is that cool or what? And there's the brand new railroad crossing signal for the bike trail right there on the left. Let's have a close look at the track here. A little bit of a shine. I'm kind of freezing. I'd like to find some markings on it. There are some markings right there. You can't hardly read it. I see the OH, that's open hearth method. I can't tell what the pounds are. It's hard to even see what the date is. I think it's 1916. Maybe it's a 9. 1919 maybe? Anyways, there you go. But wait, there's more! Hey, we're going to see that local come back by again. There it comes right there. They're going to Moraine. Look at this. These tracks are gone. I'm at the 5-track railroad crossing. 2 tracks are gone. They tore them out right here. The power plant was right over there. It's gone too. I thought that they said they were going to keep the main structure at that power plant there. Make condos out of it or something. It's gone. Water tower's gone. These 2 tracks I've shown the dates on several times, they're gone. And here comes the train on the way to Moraine. This is the one that did the street run in Franklin. Yeah, Franklin. There you go, northbound. Ooh, it's cold out here. Had a wind coming off that train. They ripped out both of these sidings. They were the old sidings for the power plant. They would leave coal cars here. The power plant had a little General Electric center cab locomotive, and they would pick these cars up and take them to the power plant across the road. There's CSX, that farthest track, the CSX. Man, they tore these tracks out since last time I was here. I don't know when I was here last. It's been a while. But the power plant was right over there. Last time I was here, the main part of the structure was still there. I remember people commenting on my video and saying that part was going to stay. They were going to keep it. It's gone. And the big water tower's gone. The track used to cross the road just down there past the curve, a couple hundred feet down past the curve. That's where the track came in, tied in to these two sidings. And they ran all the way to the river. They dead ended behind where the power plant was. There's a river back behind there. And a couple tracks dead ended right at the river. Everything's gone. Ain't that something? All right, well, let's see if we can get some more trains or anything at this point. I'm freezing. 5-track railroad crossing is now a 3-track railroad crossing. Here's some remnants of the rail. See, that's got a pile left here still. Yep, Norfolk Southern tore all the tracks out. And Miamisburg is straight over that way, just a few miles. Shout out to Anthony Patience. Hey, I'm sorry about the passing of your mother, Rosalind, but thanks for watching my videos. I'm glad that she got some enjoyment out of my videos too. Here's a better look at this railroad crossing. Now the track in front of me is CSX. The other ones over there, that's Norfolk Southern. Guess what? We got a CSX train coming right now with 608 axles, southbound. It's gonna be coming around that curve right there in just a few minutes. All right, here she comes. There's gonna be a cold wind coming off of this train. I think it's up to 24 degrees right now. Here we go, gonna come around the curve. 608 axles on this one. Not wasting any time there. Wow, they were booking. What was the hurry? That's a southbound train, and they'll be going through Glendale and then down to Cincinnati Queensgate Yard. Here's the Norfolk Southern tracks. Well, I hope I get some more trains today. Just don't know. But wait, there's more. We got another train coming. 408 axles. I changed locations. They're going to be on that outer track, the farthest track away. The two in the front are Norfolk Southern. CSX is way on the other side, so here we go. Here we go. CSX 408 axles, southbound. There's the other gate. You're not supposed to do that. He went around the gate. Huh. There. Not supposed to go around that gate. Go. Got the gates going up. See this one over here? It's going up. Well, what'd you think of that? The guy went around the first gate. I don't know why he did that. Didn't really do much good. Anyways, thanks for watching.